please have all the athletes up to Edward platform. The group again. Right, welcome to the Edward Platform Masters Session 1. Introducing, representing Renegade Barbell Club, Lindsay Cunningham. Representing the Pokemon Barbell Club, Christina McGill. Representing FSO, Anne Hoare. Representing MWC, Joe Linton, Mike Weightlifting. Hello, what's here? You want me to embarrass you over there? Representing Mike Weightlifting Club as well, Cheryl Dinovich. Representing the FSO, O.D. Smith. Representing CrossFit Pokemon Barbell, Tanya Whitehall. Representing FSO, Lisa Tetzlaff. Representing FSO, Kirsten Walker. Representing CrossFit Papua, Anna Jackson. Representing Toi Weightlifting, Cleo Nahi. Representing Pia Barbell, Karen Lloyd. Representing Toi Weightlifting, Kelly Ihaka Pitama. Representing Papua Barbell, Janita Tatanapuko. To the men's side, representing Mike's Weightlifting Club, Charles Dodds. Representing FSO, Justin Hulia. Representing Mike's, Andrew Mason. And representing North Sport, Ian Harris. That is your 18 lifters from the... Yeah? No, it's on the shop. That is your 80 lifters in the Masters section of North Island. Thank you very much. Can I get the DP on? Let's keep going. Okay. Athletes, you can take your numbers on your right side, please. Right side. Alright, just quickly we will introduce our officials. Yeah, right side. Now, second ref is Jenny Ebert. Our side referees are Danny Ryan and Tony Ebert. We've got Lee on awards and records, Diogo on timekeeper. We've got Alex, who is the tech controller, James is out the back, and the marshal and tabulating is Clarence.
Hey, right, we're over here.
Alright, hi.
The back.
Must be because the Warriors lost, that's why.
And I am Ray Evers. The clock has started, we are 9 minutes away from the action. Just quickly before the other session starts on the other side, just remember we have live streams. Please like and share them. It's important for our data that we get. So just make sure you like and share them, especially Masters 2 1 on social media. 8.5 minutes away. So for every session we have got a sponsor. Extend Pilates is sponsoring this session. So each thing to Extend Pilates, they're sponsoring the master session, helping the masters continue to get supple and have strong balls. A huge thank you to our major sponsors for helping this huge event go ahead. We have Remedy and McDonald's Building, Mighty Team, Ray Slower, and Wild Bush Transport Fielding. Without these people, we cannot put on this event. Also to the Rec Room. Huge thank you for giving up your space for the weekend. We really appreciate the support for our biggest one yet. We're 6 minutes away. Please ensure you are washing your hands through the weekend. You don't know there's a pandemic. For those that are new to our sport, we've got the Snatch session will be starting soon. The athlete must get the weight overhead in one movement. There are some technical aspects, but if you're new to the sport, you won't have to worry about it just yet. And then continue part of the competition, the opportunity for the athletes to put as much weight over their head for a combined total of both lifts. We are 90 seconds away from competition. We are 30 seconds away from our opening lift. The bar is loaded. 26 lifts. Opening lift for Anne, representing FSO. And the time has expired. We are into the competition.
Welcome to the North Weightlifting Championship Season 2. This is the weight classes that we have today. I'm going to run with the 61.
Good lift. Okay, 27 kilos of bar. 27 kilos of bar. And 17. Thank you, Lord, for our 27 kgs. This is Speedbody's second attempt. He takes to the competition. Yes. After the ball, we'll be cutting it.
From White Weightlifting Club, Marshall Hallett. Also from Power Station, Barbell Club, Intermission. From North Weightlifting, Mr. Berlin. From Purgatory, Olympic Weightlifting Club, David Club. And from Otago Weightlifting, Gino Ishida. Thank you, athletes. 10 minutes until the start. And we also have our referees.
Before we have it down, just sorting out technical issues. Again, a huge thank you to Building McDonald's, Weightlifting, and Racing.
Hayden Pritchard. Bruce Robertson. And Misha Scott. And Carl Duncan.
by Image Group NZ. Okay, we're back into this. And pull. Put our kgs with lifters, loads. The call remains on hand. Thank you, loaders. Fire is loaded at 28 kgs and second attempt. Stop. Good lift. 2-1 majority decision. Over 79 kilos on the bar, 29 kilos. So put the call on Lindsay Kagan for her opening attempt. Lindsay representing Renegade Barbell. Thank you, loaded. Fire is loaded at 29 kgs. Lindsay's opening attempt.
Ability smooth. Good.
Down.
Good lift.
Right. Loaders. 30 kgs on the bar, please. 30 kgs.
And it's changed, it should be on the end.
Thank you, loaders. 30 kgs on the bar for Anne's third and final attempt. Clock has started.
Tight. Pressure.
Down.
Good lift. 3 from 3 for Ben. Good day. Good start. Loaders. 31 kgs on the bar. This will be Lindsay's second attempt. 31, please. 31 kgs. Cheryl, please be ready. We may do the lift that's followed. Thank you, loaders. Fire is loaded at 31 kgs. For Lindsay's second attempt.
Here we go, Lindsay. Same again. Go. Good.
Down.
Good 32 kgs on the bar. This will be for Lindsay's final attempt. Thank you, loaders. 32 kilos is loaded on the bar for Lindsay. Third final attempt. She takes a 2-minute clock. She's taking consecutive lifts. Music.
5 minutes until we first lift on the
Change is gone. Loaders 33 kilos on the bar, please. 33. Lindsay is going to be taking an attempt at the red ball. In the 60 to 64 age group category. Thank you, load as far as loaded. Record attempt for Lindsay.
Nice and smooth.
Notice, we please have 34 kilos on the bar, 34. This will bring Cheryl out to the platform for her opening attempt. Thank you, loaders. As far as loaders, 34 kilos. Clock has started. Opening attempt. Joe, please be ready for the lift to follow. Good left. Cheryl, opening attempt. Loaders, 35 kilos on the bar, please. 35. This will bring Joe out to the platform. Joe representing Mike's Weightlifting. Thank you, loaders. Bar is loaded at 35 kgs to Joe. Opening attempt.
Sit tight.
down.
Good lift. Strong opening attempt. Loaders. 36 to 35 will remain. This will be for Cheryl's second attempt. Thank you, loaders. As far as loaded at 35 kg, get started for Cheryl's second attempt.
Sit tight. Pull those shoulders back and sit up.
Start tighten at 35 kg. This ball will remain on Cheryl.
Attention athletes, 1 minute to the start of competition. Kieran will be the first lifter.
Thank you, loaders. As far as loaded, 2-minute clock has started for consecutive lifts. Just a huge shout out to Extended Pilates, Purposeful Max, Pilates, Pilates Studio Alice. All classes are led by physios with expert adapting exercises to all Extended Pilates runs and pregnancy specific class. Great for maintaining strength and mobility during pregnancy. We also have classes of mums and bubs, maybe dads and bubs too. As well as everyday and power classes suit all bodies. So if you're in need of a bit of cross training, check out extendpilates.co.nz for the timetable. Okay, loaders, we please have 36 kilos on the bar. This is for Joe's second attempt. Thank you, loaders. 36 is on the bar.
Bringing out our first list.
Changing order now. Full goes to Gerald.
60 kilos. We have 60 kilos on the bar. Marshall Hall is on.
Sit up tight. Weight in the heels. Come on, sit up tight.
Loaders, 37 kilos on the bar, please. 37. This will bring Christina to the platform. For her opening attempt. Great to see Olympian being a single on the commentary over there. The chair. Loaders 37 tight. So keep the call on, Christina. Christina representing Corridor.
Sorry, Jane, we just
And Jen, get back there. Thank you, loaders. Bar is rolling. Loaded. Start 2-minute clock for tank.
Be strong.
down.
Good lift. Thanks, Justin. Well done. Loaders, 38 kgs on the bar, 38. This will bring Joe back to the platform for her second attempt. Thank you, loaders. Bar is over at 38 kgs. Clock has started for Joe. Second attempt.
This will be down.
Good lift. Loaders, 38 will remain on the balance before Christina's third and final attempts. 38 kgs will remain. Thank you, loaders. Bar is loaded at 38 kgs. The call goes to Christina for a third and final attempt. Christina once more. Loaders 39 kilos on the bar, 39. This will be for Joe's third and final attempt. Thank you, loaders. Bar is loaded at 39 kgs. third final attempt. Change has gone in, loaders, 40 kgs on the bar, please, that brings the greens. 40 kgs on the bar. This brings Christina back to the platform. Thank you, loaders. 40 kgs is loaded on the bar. Started. Loaders, 40 kg Titan for Joe, third and final attempts. Last load, cross start.
Strong sit up. Talk.
Good. Loaders. Loaders, 45 kgs on the bar now, please. 45. Let's just bring Kirsten to the platform. Kelly, please be ready. Lift at the 5. Thank you, loaders. 45 kilos is loaded. And started. Good. Opening. Change come in. 45 kgs remains. The call goes to Kelly. So enjoy it. Good lift. Loaders, 45 will remain. Sorry, 46 kgs. Oh no, yes, 46 kgs to the bar, please. We'll bring Kirsten out for an opening attempt. This is a record attempt. Serious woman's 55.
Okay.
Good lift. Open on record. Loaders, 47 kgs on the bar, 47. That would be Kirsten's attempt. We do expect a call to come in. You can say 2-minute clock. Kirsten, part of the FSO team here. FSO coach should be abused by the Warriors. You'll find a few no lifts in the video.
Gary, can we please have you to the
Callers come in, 49 kilos please loaders, 49 kilos. So keep the call on, Kirsten for her second attempt. Odette, please be ready. Thank you loaders, bar is loaded at 49 kgs. Kirsten. Second attempt. Start deploying. Loaders, 50 kilos on the bar, puts out the yellow plates. Callers on the jet. I'm in the line, Smith. So huge thank you to the rec room for giving up their space for the weekend. We really appreciate us taking over. Be safe to say your cardio will be safe for the weekend. Thank you loaders, 50 kgs is loaded. Call is on to Tanya for her opening attempt as I get once more. Call is on Tanya for her opening attempt 50 kgs.
So Unilis brings Leon out for his first attempt in the snatch at 65 kilos.
Come on, Leon!
Loaders, 50 kilos tightened on the bar, but it is 50 tightened. This will bring Kelly back to the platform for her second attempt.
This will bring out Kieran.
Thank you, loaders. Bar is loaded at 50 kgs. Kelly's second attempt.
Thank you, loaders. Bar loaded in the top.
Road left, loaders. 51 kilos on the bar, this will bring the call back. 51 kilos will remain, however, 51. This will be for Kirsten's third and final attempt. Kilos, 51 kilos is loaded. Third and final.
Close to him, 66 seconds. Alright, going up, 68 please. Another race, 60.
Come on, boy. Let's go. Come on, stay tight. Patience.
Loaders, 52 kilos on the bar. This will bring the call to Karen. Thank you, loaders. 52 kilos goes on the bar. Karen, opening attempt.
up Dan Murphy for the first snatch. Thank you, loaders. About call it on.
Good lift. There's a record. I'll trust you. Yeah, I'll trust you. Well done, Karen. Loaders, 53 kilos, please. 53. This will bring Odette
Change call.
to the platform.
Call stay at 68, but call is now on Leon.
For her opening attempts.
Strong.
On, finish.
Good lift. Loaders. 53 kilos will remain on the bar. Ball goes back to Karen, although we do expect the ball to come in. She wants more. 53 will still remain. This will be for Kelly's third and final. Arms loaded. Top side.
This will be for Leon's third and final attempt.
Good lift. Loaders, 54 kilos on the bar. Let's bring the ball back to Odette. So we do expect the ball to come in. And then I think we're ready. We're going to follow. 8 kilos, 4 kilos slow, bar. Clock has started. It's changed. Call is 55 kilos, please. Brings it into the platform. Janita, one of the athletes from the Barley Papamoa. They're not used to this. Thank you, loaders.
Unfortunately, I know that, yeah, but we have 70 on the bar. 70 on the bar will bring out
Good lift. Loaders. 75 will remain on the bar. This will be for Tanya's second attempt. Tanya also representing Papamoa barbell. Thank you, loaders. 55 kilos is loaded. Couple started.
Thank you, Lord. Call is on here.
Good. Loaders. 55 will remain on the bar. It's looking for Karen's second attempt. Load, 75 kgs is load. Second attempt. Good lift. Good. Attention on the record.
Loaders.
Loaders.
And the call is on Kieran for his left.
Technical stop, sorry. We'll have a technical stop. It's a huge thank you again. Royal Bush, Remedy, McDonald's Fielding, Bite 10, Fielding, Raise Lower, and the rec room. Really appreciate the support. That was good lift. Loaders, 56 kilos on the bar, 56. This will bring Odette back to the platform for her second attempt.
Strong over here.
Thank you, loaders, bar loaded, and the clock is ticking. The call is on Jan.
Come on. Chest. Come on, finish.
Loaders, 57 kilos on the bar. This will be the third call, third final for Karen. Thank you, Loaders. 57 is on the bar. Clock start.
Thank you, loaders, bar loaded. The clock is ticking. The call is on Henry Kane for his left.
Good lift. 3 from 3. Very successful snatch portion for Karen. Loaders 58 kilos on the bar. This will bring Lisa to the platform. Loaders 58 kilos is loaded. Lisa's opening a team.
Chest. Punch. Keep it.
Down.
Good lift. Loaders. 58 will remain. This time is third final attempt.
Sorry, we've now
Thank you, Loaders. Loaders. 58 will remain on the bar. So we've got the next third and final attempts. 58 kg will remain. Thank you, Loaders. Bar is loaded at 58 kg for the third and final attempts.
Finish. Strong over here. Come on. Come on. Come on, finish. Lisa, come down here quickly. Hold on.
Down.
What a good save. A bit of a split snatch there. He goes 3 from 3. Loaders 60 kg on the bar. 60 kg. That brings the blue plates to the platform. This will bring Claire down to her. 10 Claire. Loading the teams, loaders, 60 kgs will remain on the bar. This will be for the needed second attempt. Thank you, loaders. Bar is loaded, 60 kgs to need a second attempt.
Thank you, loaders. Nothing's taking close up here. Now that there, unfortunately, loaders can we please have 75 tightened on the bar and around the second position.
Down.
Good load. Loaders, 61 kilos on the bar. 61. This will be for Lisa's second attempt. Still a number of lifters come into the competition. Thank you, loaders. 61 is on the bar.
Sorry, the call stays on Jack. Sorry, we're just waiting for an update on our system. Call is on Andrew. Barrett's loading the clock again.
Chest. Punch.
Loaders, 61 Titan, please. 61 Titan. This will call back to Lena. 61 kilos. She's gone up. No, now the call goes back to Lisa. So 61 is tight. Lisa's third and final attempt. Oh. Stop the clock. There, we're in the wrong competition again.
Thank you, loaders. Barrett's loaded. The clock is ticking. The call is on Jack.
We're back. 61 remains on the bar for Lisa. Third and final attempt.
Come on. Punch.
Loaders, 63 kgs on the bar. This will bring Anna out to the platform. Anna for her opening attempt. This will also be for a record. Thank you, loaders. Bar is loaded.
The clock is ticking. The call is on Henry.
Tight, guys. Keep it tight. Down.
Good save. Loaders. 64. 63 will remain, sorry. 63 remain. This will be Claire's second attempt, which is a continuation of the record. Thank you, loaders. Bar is loaded at 63 kgs.
Thank you, loaders. Barrett's loaded. The clock is ticking. The call is on Henry. He does get a 2-minute clock as he is
Loaders, 63 Titans, please. 63 Titans. This will keep the ball on, Claire. Third and final attempt. She will be a turn. She's taken consecutive lifts. Huge thank you again for the session sponsor, Pilates. Pilates based in Ellerslie. All classes led by physios. Experts at adapting exercises to all levels. You can find out more information about them at sendpilates.com. A huge thank you to our volunteers. Thank you to the barbers. To our referees, the officials. Really appreciate all your support. Callers come over to chain 65 kilos, please. Loaders, 65. This will bring Anna back for her second attempt. Loaders, 65 kgs is loaded for Anna. Second attempt.
No, look, here's the Henry. Lotus, can we put 80 on the bar? There's a rate of 80 for the secret attempt.
Good. Loaders, 65 will remain on the bar. This will be for Anita's third final attempt. That was also a record by Anna Furler. Loaders, Forest Loaders, 65.
No, look, there's a David. Lotus, can we put 80 times on the bar?
Loaders, 65 Titan, please, for their third final attempt. Thank you, Loaders. Continue to break through records. Thank you, Loaders. Loaders, 66 kilos on the bar, please. 66, this will be the final snatch for the women's portion of the Masters event. We will be moving to the men's. Back Loaders, 66 kilos, which will break and its own on. For 64 kilos for Charles opening attempt.
So bar is being loaded to 64 kilograms. You'll see the 15 kilo discs going on the barbell. Lots of work being lifted by these loaders today.
Thank you, loaders. Is loaded on the bar. Charles.
Well, good morning. We have Charles Dodd's first attempt on 64 kilos. Apologies, we've been talking to ourselves for the last good hour, and we've had some technical difficulties. Unfortunately, no lift there for Charles on his first attempt, 64. So if you are just joining us, we've been streaming for the last hour of the first session, session 1 of the 2021 North Island Weightlifting Championships. We did all of our audio checks last night. It looked like it was coming through, and we just got a message saying, "Hey, Richie, we can't hear you." And me and Megan have had the best chats.
I know you missed out. I'm telling
you missed out. So we've got Andrew, first attempt, 64 kilos.
Oh yes, that's a nice crisp lift.
So I'll just flick over to the scoreboard so everyone can play catch up a little bit. So as you can see, the majority of the snatches have been completed, and we've just moved to the final men's. So it's a rising bar. However, with rising bar, women snatch first and then men snatch second in a mixed session. Then there will be a 10-minute interlude, and we will start the clean and jerks.
There'll be a good feeling for Charles after missing his first attempt.
Yeah, it's always a bit nerve-wracking.
Oh, that was a red.
The first one.
Was that a no lift, Richie?
No, they didn't give it to him. We jumped the gun, Megan.
We did, again.
Yes. That's an odd saying, that one, isn't it? Jump the gun. That's I'm assuming that's in regards to a running race.
Never really thought about it.
No. Just crossed my mind right there that it's when you take off before you think it started.
It's definitely what I did. So Charles is... Oh, no. Has been changed to a green.
So again, we've got a 2-minute clock counting down. We will just bring you up to speed. Welcome to the North Island Weightlifting Championships. We have 2 simultaneous competitions happening at the same time. So we've had to halve our live streaming capability so we can show you all of the lifts rather than streaming 2 comps onto one stream, because it would just get a little bit messy. We can do that in the future if we find that the stream is a little bit incoherent. But in the meantime, we've got Andrew for a second attempt on 66 kilos.
Tito, you have 2 minutes.
Very nice lift. In fact, I think that was better than his first attempt.
He's got great mobility, locks it out nice and tight. He's from a newly affiliated weightlifting club, Mike's Weightlifting Club.
Yes, and Mike has been in the sport for a long time, hasn't he? But
oh, he's just started his
affiliated.
own thing, so he's been heavily involved with other clubs, but now he's got his own
very cool to see that happening.
aptly named club, Mike's Weightlifting Club.
I like it.
I've heard of a Mike's Gym in the US, Mike Bergener, quite a famous weightlifting coach over in the States. And we have now Mike's Club. So again, while we're waiting for the athletes to come out, we will acknowledge the session sponsor, Extend Pilates. Lisa lifting earlier in the competition. Each session has a session sponsor, and we've got Extend Pilates Ellerslie that is supporting this session. I'll also acknowledge all of the referees and volunteers helping out today. In the meantime, we have Charles for his 3rd attempt. There's high pressure on Charles here. No, they did give him the second lift. I think he's going to get given the 3rd lift as well, and he does.
Good patience there from Charles in the bottom of that snatch.
I think that's how he saved that one. He just took his time, didn't rush to stand up. You'll see some of our masters athletes, or I like to call more experienced athletes, because I am a masters as well, we some of us struggle with straightening the elbows over time. The mobility and the upper limbs aren't as great, and you'll see some of them pointing at their elbows as they come out to lift, and that's a note to the referees that my elbows don't go straight. So they have to take that into account when judging the lift going overhead. We've got a great t-shirt at our club up in Auckland. It's not very appropriate to say it out loud, but these are my elbows, the t-shirt says. Because a few of our athletes love getting red lights for their elbows, so we thought we'd make a t-shirt saying, "These are my elbows."
I love that idea. This is Andrew's third and final lift.
No lift there for Avery. Lotus, can we please have 91 tightened on the bar? This will be for Avery's third.
And it's 2 red lights for Andrew. Just a little bit of a press out, such a small press out at the top, but need to really make sure that the judges are seeing that that's remaining locked out the whole way through the lift. But a good start to the competition for Andrew.
Thank you, Lotus. Bar is loaded. The clock is ticking. The call is on Avery for his third attempt in the snatch.
Thank you, loaders. 79 is on the bar.
That is not quite there for this first attempt. However, I'm sure he'll come back out, make the corrections he needs to make, and put a little bit more into that pull, I would say, to make sure that it lands directly up overhead and it's not losing it forward.
Thank you to our major sponsors.
So because Justin is following in south, he'll get 2 minutes to recoup, do what he needs to do to come back out, correct what he needs to correct, and get that second attempt in the bag. I was talking to Justin yesterday. He's also made a large weight cut over a period of time prior to this event, so I know that this is something that the athletes, a lot of them have to adjust to, is lesser food in their diet on a day-to-day basis to bring that weight down, and then you're trying to lift maximal loads overhead. So they're all doing really well.
Yeah, as we are a weight category sport, you're either in it, above it, or below it. So you've got to make those decisions, and some of us then look at the entry list and go, oh, I could do better, or I could rank better if I'm above or below, and they make those decisions. And
this is Justin's second attempt, 79 kilos. That is a beautiful correction by Justin. Not just a good lift, that was a very technically sound lift. He'll be very happy to get that in the bag.
Kilometers, 80 kgs on the bar, although we expect pull.
you'll see the athlete flashing as the athlete being called, and there is a clock in the top right-hand corner. So Justin is following himself through to 82, so he gets 2 minutes. He'll make multiple changes to slow the clock down. Every time they make a change, the clock stops So you can probably buy a good 30 seconds of weight changes. And when you've only got 2 minutes, that's a significant increase in your rest period. You'll see Ian is listed in orange below him, and he's yet to start on 97. So he will have 3 attempts following himself as well. Now that can be a good and a bad thing, because a good thing about that is that you know exactly how much rest, and you can train for that, and most of us do train that in the gym. Although it is good to have athletes in between you, because it can buy you more rest period. But then also, if you have too much rest period, you have to go out the back and decide, do I sit down or do I do another warm-up lift?
And you say you have to decide, Richie, but I think I've always said the coaches have a tougher job in these situations, in these high-pressure situations, because you've got to know what's going on at all times, and the athlete just has to lift the bar when they're told to lift. So it can be a tricky job for the coaches as well.
Yeah, it's but they ran out of time, and they made their athlete run out to the platform. We have Justin, 3rd attempt, 84 kilos. Beautiful.
I tried not to jump the gun, but I was so certain very early on. That was a very good lift from Justin, a great finish.
I'm sure the people at home appreciate to watch it, but I think halfway through his pull right then I said beautiful. So you can certainly tell when something's going to be successful by how they pull it off the ground. It sets it really well up. I was just going back to lifting between lifts, because these athletes, if you do have a lot of athletes in your competition around the same weight, there can be times where there might be 10 or so lifts before you're out on the platform between your first and second attempt. And it can be quite unsettling if you haven't trained it, because you've kind of got to do a wave of lifts. Here we have Ian. It's a really tidy opening attempt for Ian. As I said, 2 minutes between his lift. You'll hear over on the other platform a bit of cheering going on. There is another stream, the men's first session, 61, 67, 73. So there is a separate live stream happening at the moment on another channel. As I mentioned earlier, this event is the biggest weightlifting event domestically in New Zealand ever. So we had to double our capacity very quickly. That's double the referees, double the assistants, double the loaders, and splitting the live stream equipment to try and give you back at home the best opportunity to watch your friends and family and athletes lift down here in Fielding. So I hope you appreciate it.
Huge amounts of effort going into making this event happen. I also think it's really exciting for the athletes. This is a new experience for them as well. And it does test you in different ways. There's a lot more noise going on than what you'd be used to while you're stepping up on the platform, and it really does help you gain that experience, test your mental strength as well as your physical, and everyone will come out of this better off having had this.
I think we might have to keep practicing this, because I think this might be the future of our domestic events.
How exciting is that, though?
I've got
and scary for you, but exciting.
They've got so big that we are running dual events consistently. If I go back to when I first started weightlifting, I remember reading about the membership. 123 members total across the whole country, including volunteers, officials, and now we have 160 athletes just competing in this event. And this is just the North Island Championships. So
It's incredible.
pretty amazing.
It's an exciting time to be in weightlifting.
Yep. So I've just got you on the scoreboard while you're waiting at home. You'll see the clock counting down. So Ian has just on 1 minute to begin his lift. When I say begin his lift, that means that he must lift it off the ground before the clock gets to 0. And as soon as he lifts it off the ground, the clock will stop. So it doesn't need to be completed before it gets to 0. It needs to be begun before it gets to 0.
We've definitely seen lifters in the past run down that clock, mistime their lift. And that's definitely not something you want to happen in competition.
I'll tell you the story of my first Commonwealth Games after Ian's next lift.
I look forward to this one.
So Ian here, second attempt, 102. This is a really good lift. North Sport Olympic weightlifting.
Oh, that was such a close attempt. It just lost over the back. So just looked like the bar was just traveling backwards a little bit. Wasn't able to stabilize it in the bottom. Still got another attempt to go.
Yeah, just that Commonwealth Games Melbourne, we were sitting at the back. There's an athlete sitting there at the back, and we're like, pretty certain that's call for this Cameroon athlete. Coach isn't watching, everyone's watching. I'm like, I'm pretty certain it's this athlete. And the clock got down to 10 seconds. And he must have been at the end of the training or the warm-up area, so he just sprinted. He sprinted. Like, I've never seen someone run in weightlifting shoes that fast. Ran up the platform, just threw his hands on the bar, lifted it. Successful.
He made the lift.
He made the lift.
Oh,
Like, to the point where he did not even get the chance to think. Like, just sprinted, hands on the bar, above the head, successful lift.
that is exceptional. What an athlete.
Yeah. You don't want to put your athlete in that position, but everyone had a laugh after that. Like, yeah, everyone had a big laugh after that. So we're just waiting on Ian's last lift. Just turning our attention to the platform beside us. Easily distracted, I think we are.
Apologies.
Yeah, apologies for that. We've got Vestavillalon lifting in the men's weightlifting category next to us, trying to snatch 125 kilos. We have John Shahid on the live stream next to me. I threw him in the deep end today because we were supposed to be running one live stream with us doing the commentary, but he is running a separate live stream and doing the commentary.
Amazing work here.
Baptism of fire, we call it. Yeah. We're just waiting on Ian's final attempt, and then we will have a 10-minute break where I will put you into a holding screen and we will return in 10 minutes. So go get yourself a cup of coffee, make some eggs. If it's anything like fielding this morning, -2 on the drive here. Being an Aucklander, naturally I complained about everything. And here he comes. Let's have a watch.
And this is the final lift for this session in the snatches.
I think we've done well to play catch up. Oh, he's good save. Wait for the referee.
Yes.
He likes it. They like it.
That is a great lift to finish the snatch portion of this session.
And as mentioned, we will have 10 minutes until the start of the clean and jerk. And I'm going to just put you nicely into a holding screen. And we will see you shortly.
How funny that we're talking to ourselves for half a session.
Well, welcome back. We have 1 minute till we begin the clean and jerk of the Masters Session 1 from the North Island Weightlifting Championships. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for skysportnext for hosting us online. Thank you to all of our sponsors today. We have our session sponsor, Extend Pilates, for session 1. And we are in the final moments before the clean and jerk, and we have Lindsay Cunningham listed for 34 kilograms, first attempt. Lots going on today in terms of weightlifting. We have dual platform set up, so as you can hear in the background, you can hear plates dropping and weights and announcers, so there is a lot of noise going on within this venue. 2 simultaneous platforms running side by side. There is a wall in between us. I am joined this morning by Megan Signal, newly appointed Olympian. Oh, it's lovely to hear that, isn't that?
Morena. I don't. Still getting used to that.
But Megan is lifting this weekend, correct?
That's correct. Yeah. Tomorrow morning's first session, so it'll be the same time as this one.
Are you allowed to say what the goal of this weekend is for yourself?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's a great opportunity to. We haven't had that many opportunities to lift in competition recently going into the Olympics, so it's a great opportunity for me to just get some good practice in and have a solid session.
Nice. I've got 2 of my athletes lifting as well, and they're just doing it as a training. So here we have Lindsay, first attempt clean and jerk, 34 kilos. And referees say no lift to that one. And she's going to have to
Just missing
punch
that.
those elbows out a little bit harder.
Yeah.
As you can see Liam out there. And we just go back to the scoreboard. So you can see this was a large session this morning. We have a mixed session masters of ladies and men. Now, they could have lifted in their categories over the weekend, but we also decided that we're maybe going to put together a master session to allow them all to lift together. They've got a great community, very supportive, well, everybody's supportive in this community anyway, but the masters love to lift together, out the back, warming up, get on the platform, break more records than we know what to do with, and then also contribute to the rest of the weekend. Lindsay's ready to come out for her second lift. So she has 1:25 on the clock. I don't think...
It's 2 reds for Lindsay, so she has 1 more attempt to correct what she's needing to, just to make sure she gets those 2 white lights and can put away a total for her competition today.
To punch those elbows out just a little bit stronger. I think they're just a little bit soft. So we have 3 referees that sit in front here, and they deem the lift successful or not by way of technical execution. And at the moment they're saying we're not seeing a structural lockout, and that's why Lindsay's received a couple of red lights for that. Just go back and have a look at that scoreboard again. No, Lindsay's ready to go, so I won't switch to that. Here we go, high pressure lift.
So Lindsay's been making these cleans look easy.
Again, easy clean. See this punched out a little bit better. Much better.
That looks a lot better. Let's see if we can get the
And
judges
yes,
3
yeah.
white lights.
Oh, high pressure.
That is a high pressure situation. You definitely saw Lindsay coming out a little bit fired up for that one.
That's the hard thing though, right? That intent that she put on that last one is what she needed to put on the first one.
Yeah.
But sometimes you get a red light, and you're like, I'll give it a little bit more, and then a little bit more, and then your last one you put all that effort in, and then you're like, okay, should have done that the first time.
Yeah, it's a very real feeling. I think we've all experienced that in competition, and this is the beauty about weightlifting. Those lifts go so fast, and you really got to be in every single lift as best you possibly can.
Yeah. So
She did very well to put that one away.
that is a very high pressure situation for any individual. If you can overcome that, you walk off, you get a big sense of relief. Bar is being loaded for Anne Hoare. So Anne, 43 kilos, and lifting out of functional strength.
Stop the clock, Marshall, wanting more. 2 or 3 said 85 on the bar. This is for Marshall's third attempt.
Referees or
Oh,
one
2
red,
white
so
lights.
2 white lights. So
That's all
that's
you need.
I saw a little elbow in there. I think you saw
I
that
think
too.
I did too, yeah.
So the referees by majority decision, good lift. And in weightlifting, you walk off with a smile very quickly in those situations.
Yeah.
So, and you saw her disappear from this platform super quick. I got it, I'm out of here.
I think that's definitely a skill in itself, is being able to pretend you didn't feel the press out
Yeah.
until you see those lights.
You've got 3 human beings with a heart sitting in front of you, and if you can win them over with a smile
In half a second.
in half a second, yep, you're trying to convince everybody. So we're having a number of changes coming in from out the back. Looks
That
good
was
to
a
me.
good first attempt for Christina.
Those 45 kgs will remain. Call will go back to Anne for her second attempt. Thank you, loaders. Bar is loaded at 45 kgs.
There's 45 kilos on the bar for Anne's second attempt. And power cleaning her first attempt. Confident pulling the weight off the ground. Just missing the clean there. I did see Anne just sneak under that weight on her first attempt, so it's looking like she needs to either get that bar a little bit higher or get down a little bit lower underneath. The easier that clean, the easier the jerk.
loaders, the bar is loaded and the clock is ticking. The call is on Dan Mercer for his first attempt at the clean and jerk at 88 kilos.
So we've gotten the bar loaded through to 46 kilos. This is the third attempt for Anne.
Stop the clock, Dan wanting more. Loaders, can we please have 90 on the bar?
This will be for regular team.
So we're just hearing that Anne, I believe, has gone up to attempt a New Zealand record for her third and final attempt after just missing the clean on that last one. And I'll be getting behind Anne on this record attempt at 46 kilos. She's made the clean. Just missing the jerk there.
Unfortunately,
Not quite
no
getting the
lift there
height.
for Anne. We'll look at the scoreboard. As you can see, we've had 3 athletes out to the platform so far. Slowly the bar increases in load, and it brings more athletes to the platform. We are running a mixed session, so the ladies will clean and jerk first, followed by the men. In the meantime, there is just over 50 seconds, and this is for Cheryl. 48 kilos, first attempt.
Nice tidy clean. Putting away that jerk for 3 white lights. It's definitely what you want on your first attempt. That's a good confidence booster there.
Good lift there for Karen. Loaders, can we please have 90 tightened at the bar, on the bar, sorry. This will bring Karen out for her, sorry, Leon out for her first attempt. Thank you, loaders.
48 kilos for Joe's first attempt.
Calls on Leon.
Solid power clean there from Joe.
It's a really nice lockout. Referees
Really
agree.
nice finish.
Good lift.
All 3 judges are happy with that.
49 kilos. Bring Christina back to the platform.
So Christina bar is loaded, 49 kilograms. Christina is ready.
Good lift by majority there. Loaders, can we please have 91 on the bar? This is for Dan's second attempt.
Sometimes when it gets up on the shoulders, it feels pretty heavy, and I think that was one of those moments where you just felt the weight, and oh, I don't know if I'm going to get that overhead.
It can slip into upstairs so quickly, and before you know it, the weight's on the ground.
Great job.
So minute 22. We'll just go back to that scoreboard and have a look at what's happening for those at home. So the call's on Christina. She does have 2 minutes to follow herself. Let that run down a little bit.
So the clock down, more loads commissions at 93 on the bar. This will bring Henry out for his first attempt.
We're waiting patiently, Christina. Let's get behind it.
Thank you, loaders. Loaders, the clock is ticking. Henry, you have 1 minute.
Christina again has smoked the clean. This time getting the weight up overhead, but not able to do it with that full lockout. So the press out means that the judges have given her 3 red lights. She did, however, make her first lift, which means she's put away a total today.
Loaders commissions at 94 loaded on the bar. This will bring
We are again welcome to the North Island Weightlifting Championships in Fielding. We are running a dual live session, so there are 2 platforms simultaneously running. So if you do hear weights dropping in the background, that's because someone is attempting to put a barbell overhead right next to us.
All right, Mr. Cages, called on Cheryl.
And Cheryl is coming out for her second attempt on the clean and jerk at 50 kilos. Nice strong technical clean.
95 on the bar. This will bring Leon out for his second attempt.
Cheryl receiving 3 white lights from the judges here today.
Thank you, loaders. The bar is loaded. The clock is ticking. Call is on Leon.
Just a reminder, we've got 2 swimming sessions
We have Joe Linton from Mike's Weightlifting Club, 51 kilos, second attempt. Really nice lift from Joe.
Really nice lift.
So it's 2 from 2 so far on her clean and jerks. She'll have 1 more attempt, putting away the biggest total she can. So far, Joe has gone 5 from 6, which is a great competition.
This will bring Joe back to the platform.
You're having a lot of changes happening on the scoreboard with weights going up, different lifters coming out, and what you can hear in the background potentially is Ray Everest, who is our announcer for the session, and he is just making sure the spectators are clued in on what is happening, and the loaders know what to put on the bar. So with some changes, we are now bringing Cheryl out from Mike's Weightlifting Club with 53 kilos on the bar for her third and final attempt for the competition.
No lift there, unfortunately. Loaders currently at 95 tightened on the bar. This will be for Henry's second attempt at the clean and jerk.
And that is 3 white lights. I think even Cheryl was quite stoked to get that lift. Just potential little press out on the right elbow, but the judges were happy.
I think I finally fixed the side camera so we can listen to us talking while it's focusing all over the place. But it is focusing all over the place, that's the problem. So we'll go back to the main camera.
Joe Linton, third and final attempt on 54 kilos. Also from Mike's Weightlifting Club. That is a nice lift, and Jo has been very impressive to watch throughout this whole session. So far, she is the first to go 6 from 6. So I'm sure her team and her will be very happy with that performance.
We've got 2 announcers on each platform trying to outvoice each other. So if it does sound a little bit loud in here, we do have what we call a competition call. So you're probably sitting at home going, what's happening? So 2 simultaneous platforms, 2 exceptionally loud competition callers. Here we have Kirsten Walker, first attempt, 57. Powerful clean. Good jerk. And the referees agree. Kirsten recently setting a personal best of 61 kilograms at the World Masters Online event. So this is a big opener, so I'd say she's going to go towards 60 for a second, and then maybe 62, 63.
Introducing online events has been a really interesting shift in the sport.
A very quick shift in the sport.
Very quick.
So at the start of the first lockdown, I remember there was discussion about it happening, and the world of weightlifting just threw their hands in the air like we don't know how to do it. And it just happened so rapidly that we've had world championships, youth world championships, masters world championships around the world, people hopping, just technology just allowing this. So the scoreboard, for example, that I can show you right now is live. So if you've got a camera on your phone at home, I could draw you into this competition right now. We could just move to you lifting at home. So I know American weightlifting, they've had what they call physical and virtual combined events. So if someone couldn't get here this weekend and they were hypothetically stuck in a lockdown somewhere, we could drag them into this competition.
Wow.
And that's what we were looking at doing should Wellington have not come out of the levels or gone up levels, that we may have been drawing our Wellington contingent for this weekend and virtually, which would have been another layer to this event.
Absolutely.
Which I'm glad didn't happen.
It's so great that we have those options. I was able to compete my very first online competition recently, and as an athlete, the biggest thing that I noticed was the fact that there's no bar loading.
Yeah, you've got to go and load it yourself. Yeah.
There's no bar loading, and it switches from one athlete to the other so quickly, and there's no time in between because the bar's preloaded. So the competition itself just moves so much faster.
Yeah.
And the second thing that I noticed was the fact that you can't see the clock, so you're obviously relying on whoever is there helping you out to tell you when you're lifting.
Yeah, yeah, just craziness. Let's,
so we have Kirsten Walker coming out for her second attempt.
Yep, this is a big lift. This is just 1 kilo below her best.
60 kilos.
I have a feeling these are all New Zealand records. That's a great clean. Oh, super solid. She'll be really
Love
happy
to
with
see
that.
it. Love
Yep.
to see it. That was a very solid second attempt.
Now she gets the
She's
opportunity
having
to
a
try a
great
personal best. So that's where you want to end up.
And so far, she's gone 4 from 5 of her lift. It was a great competition so far for Kirsten.
By majority of the winners. Lotus have 98 on the bar. This will bring Andrew up for his first attempt.
I'm just going to bring in.
Take Lotus bar is loaded. The clock is ticking. The call is on Andrew.
Cancel. So we're just waiting for Kirsten Walker. She's gone to 62, which will be a New Zealand total record and New Zealand clean and jerk record.
Lotus have 98,000 on the bar. This will be for Dan's third attempt.
I'm going to see. Yes, we can. There we go. So for those of you that are at home, you can see we're all very rugged up. Hi, Megan.
Oh, hi.
Yep, I've got 3 layers on. Megan, beanie. I should have bought my
3
beanie in this
also.
morning. But we are
Use mine
just
if you want, Richie.
waiting for Kirsten. Here comes Kirsten, so we'll go back to the main platform.
$62 kilos. Kirsten's third and final attempt on the clean and jerks.
Good attempt there for Dan. Lotus Hurricanes have 100 on the bar.
Just made that clean.
For his first attempt.
Keep it. Oh, it's a good jerk too. She'll be stoked with
Surely.
that.
Oh, the referees are happy. Kirsten's happy. Team's happy. It is a great way to finish the competition.
I know. Well, I'm Kirsten's coach, so I do know how much how much work she's put into that. But out the back, I saw Jack in control today. I've given over my athletes for the day, so I can be here behind the thing. But it's a team effort to get the timing right, to get the mindset right onto the platform. So well done, Kirsten and Jack today. That's a
Amazing
great,
work from that
great
team.
effort. And when that's a personal best and it looks that good, you've got to be pretty happy. Here we have Janita.
This is Janita's
65.
first attempt.
Stop the clock. Avery wanting more. Lotus Hurricanes have 103 on the bar. This is for Andrew Campbell's second attempt. Thank you, Lotus. The bar is loaded and the clock is ticking. The call is on Andrew.
She took her time and she was successful. I liked how she just, between the clean, settled herself, focused on her balance, dipped, just real controlled lifting. No rush there at all. Claire's not even waiting for the loaders to finish. She's out there. She's ready.
65 kilos for Claire's first attempt. Easy clean.
No lift there, unfortunately. Lotus Hurricanes have 103 reset on the bar.
And that is a good lift from Claire for her first attempt. 2 white lights, that's all you need.
Let's have a look at what the scoreboard's telling us. So you can see it doesn't start from the top to the bottom. It can jump all over the place, but it's called a rising bar. So you'll see the lighter weights have already been, and as the barbell increases in load, the athletes select to come in. They only get 3 attempts in the clean and jerk, so general rule of thumb is that you start comfortably, but not too comfortably. Your second attempt usually puts you just below your best or on your best, and your third attempt will take you beyond your best. And here we have Tanya coming out for her first attempt on 67 kilos. A really good jerk. She waits for the down, and the referee says we're okay with that. Majority decision.
I've really enjoyed seeing Tanya's process and her consistency and how she approaches the bar over the 4 lifts that she's done so far. She looks really experienced in that sense.
Just calm. I like it. Yeah, calm, consistent, in control. That's the best way to put it. Here's Odette, functional strength athlete, 68, first attempt. 3 from 3 in the snatches.
Very nice clean from Odette.
It's a good jerk too. She's pretty happy.
Being very happy.
Having a good day.
I love to see the smiles on the platform.
Odette, commonly known as the Thermomix Queen. She is a very, very busy individual, and to put weightlifting on top of that in her happy place is very good. She's a big contributor also to Masters weightlifting in New Zealand on the Masters Commission. Here's Karen, first attempt 68.
Nice easy clean from Karen. Putting away a solid jerk. And that is 3 white lights. No surprises there.
So Karen was successful with 57 in the snatch and now 68. So she's 4 from 4.
This is Claire Nahi from Papatoetoe Weightlifting Club. 68 kilos. Nice easy power clean. And that is 3 white lights for Claire. That is a really good lift for Claire on her second attempt.
Made her way to the front of the platform. That's rules of the weightlifting is that you have to stay within the 4-meter platform, so you can hang your toes out over the front, but they cannot contact the ground.
I didn't know that, Richard.
Yeah, there you go.
Good to know. I hope I never have to
And
experience that.
And you have to drop the bar back on the platform. Even if you get it above your head, you cannot let it land off the platform. It can roll off the platform, but it cannot land off the platform. Here's Janita, 68.
Good clean from Janita.
David wanting more. So we just had 110 on the bar.
It's like a good
Man,
jerk.
that
We'll wait
looks
to see.
good, I've just realised I've been calling Janita because I spent many years training in Finland and they pronounce their J's with a Y. So every time I say someone's name with a J, I'm always Janita.
That is
Makes them sound more foreign. Yes.
exotic.
Exotic, yes. Janita. It's very interesting for many of us out there that can speak dual languages. I spent about 6 years learning Finnish. And my gosh, that's a hard language to learn, but it's it was certainly interesting.
Finnish.
Not many people from Finland know many others that can speak Finnish that don't live in Finland. If you've ever wanted to be a fly on the wall, you learn another language that's quite difficult, and they talk about you while you're standing next to them, which is quite interesting.
It's always the one where you can hear a bunch of words in another language and then your name.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, they're talking about me. You know. Let's have a look at the scoreboard. We've got Janita following herself at this point. It looks like there might be a number of changes about to happen though. There is. I guessed it. We have Lisa coming out. As I said, Lisa is sponsoring this session, Extend Pilates.
Another great attempt by David. Loaders coming from have one team tightened on the bar. This is for Avery's second attempt.
We have Elisa from Functional Strength coming out on 70 kilos for her first attempt on the cleaner jacks.
The clock is ticking, the call is on Avery.
It's a really good start. Good jerk. Looks good to me. Referees
Yeah.
agree.
Absolutely, great attempt.
Lisa, an ex-high-level gymnast, trained alongside the likes of Alethea, who we know well in weightlifting, Commonwealth Games representative, also CrossFit international representative. Lisa coming into the sport of weightlifting as a masters athlete.
Such a great crossover there.
By majority there. Loaders coming from have one.
Karen,
One loaded on the
second attempt, 70. She's 4 from 4 today.
first attempt.
And
Oh,
I think
that
she's
looks
5 from
good.
5.
Yes.
Yes, great lifting. She's having a very good day.
Walking off the platform looking very happy with that attempt, and she has one more. We have Claire Nahi.
I hope everyone at home isn't getting too confused by all of the commentary that's happening within this room. We have 2 platforms happening simultaneously.
Nice solid power clean from Claire. Just missing the jerk there. Not quite getting the height on the bar that she needed, and that would have been a huge finish for Claire. But she's had a good competition, putting away a total. And we have Odette coming out.
No, Odette's functional.
Interesting. Seemed that was an error.
Yeah, I see that. It's a good clean.
Beautiful clean from Odette.
Followed by a good jerk. The smile comes out. She's convinced them. She did convince them. She knew it as well.
I love that.
A master of the smile. A master of the smile. It was a good jerk, but it was just marginal in the soft lockout, and I think she sold it. She sold that one really well because she did it, smiled before she brought her feet back together. Let's have a look back at the scoreboard. We're getting through this really quickly, which is fantastic. We had a delay to the start of the day. As I said, we are running dual platforms, and dual platforms means double of everything. Includes referees, volunteers, announcers, lighting systems, speakers, everything.
We have Tanya on 72 kilos for her second attempt.
Oh, unfortunately, no lift there for Tanya.
So just not quite committing to that jerk. Richie, would you, as a coach, is that what you said earlier?
Yeah,
Remote
I'm doing
coaching?
some online work with her. I don't get that real-time interaction because you're not there in person and being able to correct that. But I think that was more It just looked like she just checked out. Maybe that was a bit of a heavy clean for her. Often when it's a little bit heavier out of the bottom, just makes it that much harder to commit overhead.
115 for David, sorry.
And Janita doesn't seem to have an issue with that at all. And unfortunately no lift. A little bit soft on the elbows. As I said, many of us masters athletes have limitations with our range of motion with our elbows. We have to let the referees know before the competition that we have elbows that might not necessarily go straight, but it just makes it that much harder to set structure and keep it.
It's an added challenge to an already tough competition.
No, that's there, unfortunately. Loaders, can we please have 116 loaded on the bar? This will be
And another successful lift from Karen. And that is Karen's third and final attempt on the clean and jerks. And she has gone 6 from 6, the second female to go 6 from 6 in this session.
And the best thing about going 6 from 6 and you're in the first session of the day is it means you can have a good weekend for the rest of the weekend.
That's exactly
You'll
right.
walk off the platform with a smile. You've started the Saturday off well. Here's Tanya, final attempt. So she did get it up to the shoulders on the previous. Let's see if she can get this overhead. Well, that was a much stronger clean. That looks okay, I don't know.
See if the referees
Gave her a 2 white lights majority decision. You take it. You take it and you walk off,
You
as
do,
we said.
you
Yep.
do.
Okay, so bar is now being loaded through to 73 kilos. You see down the bottom right-hand side, it has the athlete call on it. So Anna Jackson will be the athlete, 73 kilos. And once the loaders clear the platform, i.e. they are off it and there's no weights on it, the clock can begin.
Thank you. Loaders, bar, going to the clock, the clock is on you. Judo wanting more. Loaders, can we please have 120 on the bar?
Oh, good jerk.
Very solid jerk there. Referees are happy. 3 white lights. Good first attempt. 4 from 4 so far.
Thank you. Loaders, the bar is loaded and the clock continues for judo.
And we have Lisa coming out for her second attempt, putting away an easy first attempt. 73 kilos on the bar.
Thank you. Loaders, the clock resumes.
Another strong clean from Lisa. Very strong jerk. 3 white lights from the referees.
Stop the clock. Judo wanting more. Can we please have 122?
Should I try and bump this up a little bit? Oh, they said the commentary's really quiet.
Good.
I saw that. You can increase it a little bit, but at the end of the day, like, it'll be really noisy when things get and start to peak. So it's catch you can't please.
Okay. What about when it comes in? Can we turn it up specifically for this input? We don't want to get that feedback, though. Was that the issue we got last time?
We shouldn't get feedback unless these mics pick each other up.
Okay.
Give me something.
we're just waiting now. We've got a number of changes coming through. Let's have a look at the scoreboard. 75 kilos being loaded.
It's a big lift for Kelly.
There for Guido. Loaders come open take 153 on the bar. 153. This brings Vester up for his first attempt. If successful in this lift, he will have set a New Zealand record.
Oh. Wait to see the refs. 3 white lights. Good opener for Kelly at 75 kilos. Puts away a total for the competition, which he'll be happy with. And we'll have Odette Smith coming out from Functional Strength, not Mike's Weightlifting Club. Apologies, Odette. 75 kilos.
So Odette's had a good day. This will round it off. I'm pretty certain this will be an all-time personal best. So let's go, Odette.
Thank you, loaders. The bar is loaded and the clock is ticking. The call is on Vester for an attempt at the New Zealand record.
Push, push.
Making that clean happen.
Oh, so close. That was a good effort, though.
Not
Should be pretty
quite
happy
there.
with that was a very good effort, considering Odette has been overtly busy in the lead up to this. So well done, Odette. That's a really great effort. We've got the bar loaded. This is Lisa. This is a personal best attempt for Lisa, as mentioned, session sponsor, Extended Pilates.
No lift there, unfortunately. Loaders, can we please have 153 tightened on the bar? This will be for Vester's second attempt.
Oh, it's good.
Good, strong, clean.
As he is taking consecutive lifts.
Oh, a little bit of an elbow. She got it overhead, but she knew it straight away. She'll be pretty happy with that, I think.
It's got to give you some good confidence going for a personal best.
Yeah, 75, like starting to push some pretty good numbers. Pretty certain 73 kilos was the personal best. So 75 would have further extended that. In the meantime, we have Anna. No, we have an athlete getting ready to walk out, but it's not Anna. The call is on Anna. So we're getting towards the final lifts of the event this morning, session 1. We will be back for more sessions throughout the day.
Strong clean from Anna. Very strong jerk. 3 white lights, no surprises there. 78 kilos for Anna's second attempt. Bar is loaded. Call is on Kelly from Papatoetoe Weightlifting Club. Kelly's clock is on. It's for Kelly's second attempt. Nice strong clean from Kels. And that is 2 white lights for Kelly. That's all she needs. So that is her second attempt. So far, going 5 from 6 on Kelly's first North Island Championship.
So we've just got a 2-minute break until the next lifter is they're following themselves. As you can see today, we are in the final couple of lifts in the Women's Masters session, and then it moves into the Men's Clean and Jerk Masters. This is session 1 of the North Island Weightlifting Championships. We have running on the other live stream, session 2, which is the lighter men's divisions. They are getting down to their final lifts, which is Vesta Villalon clean and jerking. He's got loaded 155 kilograms. So, as I said, we have multiple live streams happening today. This event is the largest weightlifting event domestically in New Zealand ever. And subsequently, we had to run dual platforms, dual live streams, and dual setup for everything, which has stretched us very thin. But we thank you for joining us this morning. Around the country, around the world. Some of us will be watching from overseas. We are ready to go. Kelly is coming to the platform.
Kelly has had a great competition so far. Putting this away will give her 6 out of 6 lifts, finishing on 80 kilos. Clean is there. Just readjusting her hands, ready for that jerk.
Keep
Hold it.
And the referee.
And there's 2 whites for Kelly.
Jeez, that's all right. Oh, I didn't know if I saw too much control there, but you take it.
Kelly looking surprised herself, but she's definitely going to take that, and that is 6 from 6.
I think sometimes in the Masters rule books they say use your discretion.
I like that.
And that is what we consider discretion. But I'll take discretion any day of the week. So we're just waiting here. We have Anna loaded. Here comes Anna, 81 kilos.
She's got the clean. And that is a solid jerk. If she can hold it, that is 3 white lights.
We had 2 lifts happening exactly the same moment on the platforms then.
It's like a game of tennis.
Yeah. For some of us that find it hard to concentrate, that was very difficult right then.
So a high pressure situation for us, Richie.
Yeah, we're looking over at both platforms. So we're just switching over to the men's barbell because we have a mixed session, and this will be now the first attempt for Charles. 84 kilos is being loaded.
So we have Charles, 84 kilos, from Mike's Weightlifting Club. Nice solid clean. Not quite there with the jerk. So it was 3 red lights for Charles. Just referees are just looking for those elbows to be fully locked out. when he receives the bar overhead. He wasn't quite able to do that in his first attempt, but he'll get 2 more to make the corrections he needs to put away a total for today. So at this point, Charles will be following himself, which means that he gets 2 minutes from the time of exiting the platform before he has to come out and pull that weight up off the ground. So Charles has 1 minute.
Yep, we are just waiting. As I said, he's following himself. There are a number of, we've got 4 men in the Masters. So we've got 84, next lifter is 88. So it might be a little bit of a delay between athletes here, but Charles is ready.
Another good clean from Charles.
Whoa.
Oh,
Deep under the bar. Unfortunately, no lift. So he's put himself in a high pressure situation. He will have 2 minutes and he needs this final lift to register a total.
Charles is just getting a few words from his coach Mike out the back on what corrections he needs to make to essentially put the 2 things together. So he got lockout on that one, just wasn't able to stabilize and recover it. As we can see, the clean's easy for Charles, so we will hopefully see him come out and smoke his 3rd attempt.
Just looking at the scoreboard at the moment. The scoreboard's a little bit kinder than it used to be because now it puts your category. It does put your date of birth, so there's no hiding your age, unfortunately, in weightlifting. But they did also used to just throw our body weight up on the scoreboard as well. So one of my athletes, Lynn, you might be watching at home, she's in high public speaking scenarios and government level, and she says it's much easier standing in front of a bunch of people just talking to them rather than having their name, age and weight displayed behind them on the scoreboard. So
I imagine that's quite invasive for some people.
it is, and I guess once you've got to that point where a scoreboard pronounces your name, age and weight to the whole audience, it makes simple tasks of doing government speeches much easier. We're just waiting. As you can see, there's 45 seconds. He's ready. High pressure lift.
So Charles needs to put this away to enter a total in the competition. And again, making that clean nice and easy. He's got it overhead. And it's 2 red, so unfortunately for Charles, he will not be able to place due to not being able to put a total away. But I would definitely say that was some good fight from Charles in trying to come back from that high pressure situation. So far, we've only had 1 athlete who is unable to place.
If you want to just film it and we can load it to Facebook, something like that. So go into OBS and just hit record.
Did you have asked me about no plates tightening?
I haven't had anybody ask me about
Someone,
anything.
you said somebody to
No, not me.
Oh, okay.
So we have Andrew coming out for his first attempt from Mike's
There'll be a
Weightlifting Club.
tool out there
Mike's
if they need
Weightlifting Club
tightening.
have been
Yeah, I couldn't find you.
very active on the platform today, having multiple athletes, 88 kilos. Nice solid power clean from Andrew.
Okay, and so we'll start with the men's
Whoa.
And
category. We'll start with
By the looks,
Oh,
it's
good lift.
2 white lights.
Discretion galore on the Masters platform today. We'll take it.
Definitely punched that out to start off with, just wasn't able to stabilise it as much as I imagine he would have liked to. But he gets 2 more attempts to increase or move that lead.
So we have another 2-minute clock. As I said, this might take a little bit of time to get through. They haven't started the 2-minute clock just started as I looked over at them. So, and the athlete, they're moving up in weight, so we need to see a weight change. While we're here, you'll hear some round of applause. This is in the other session, prize giving for the lighter weight categories in the men's division. We mentioned we are running simultaneous live streams today throughout the day to try and encompass all of the lifting. And Andrew is ready. So we'll switch back to... No, Andrew's just chalking his hands. He looked like he was ready. I think then he got told to come back by his coach. Here we go. Andrew, second attempt, 90 kilos.
Thank you, guys.
Another strong power clean from Andrew.
Moving on, our men's under 67 category, starting with the juniors. In first place, Kieran Heffernan.
Much better jerk. Referees are happy. 3 white lights. Andrew will have 1 more attempt. Looks like he will be following himself again. So a 2-minute clock has started.
Moving on to the seniors in the 67
Just go back to that
category.
scoreboard and have a look. So in the Masters, this is a championship event, so there will not be any prize giving at the completion of the Masters because they will have their scores incorporated into the weight categories that are running over the weekend. But we are running a Masters session simply because the great Masters community wanted to come together and lift this morning, and then they will help out running the comp for the rest of the weekend, no doubt. So as I said, there won't be a prize giving at the end of this session, but they will be, their scores will be drawn into the weight categories over the rest of the weekend. Andrew is ready. Let's have a watch. 92 kilos. Strong clean.
Sorry, everybody shuffle up a place. Peter is the winner, Kieran second.
That's a better jerk. And he's pretty pumped about that.
He is happy with that.
And it's a good day on the platform. Barbell news now to 99 kilograms. 99 kilograms.
Thanks, guys, well done. Moving on to our 73 kilo class. In third place, David Grove.
So we're down to the final 2 lifters of this session. Both of them will be likely doing 3 lifts following themselves. Looking at those start numbers, you've got Justin on 99, and then we've got Ian coming in at 115. So here is Justin, ready.
And in first place, with a couple of New Zealand records, Vesta Villalong.
Very tidy lift from Justin. We're very happy with that first attempt. And just mentioning earlier during the snatches, Justin was mentioning yesterday that he has dropped 7 kilos for this competition, and often we see that struggle not necessarily happen in the snatches but in the clean and jerks, just given that you're trying to move heavier loads, spend a bit more energy. So he's done really well to get that first attempt overhead. secured a total. He
Yep.
will be following himself. No doubt we will see that bar go up from 100 kilos.
So for those that are new to weightlifting, you have to declare a body weight category on entry, and then at verification you can confirm that. So you can move up or down at verification, which closed yesterday, and you need to make those decisions. Now if you're on the borderline of trying to get down, you've got to make that decision and commit to it. So that might be you in a sauna overnight, or you make that decision, no, I'm not close enough and I will lift up a category. So on the day of lifting, there is generally a bit of a shift between weight categories, people making those decisions last minute. And you hope you make the right decision. And as Megan's just mentioned, that body weight drop doesn't generally impact your snatches, but it is when clean and jerk, you've done a lot of work already this morning, you've lifted a lot of weights, and now you've got to use your leg strength, and the leg strength is where that little bit of weight loss takes a toll. So
Definitely felt that one.
it's well, I guess you're prudent to answer these questions because you were losing a lot of weight to make initially, was it the 64 kilo category?
64s.
Yeah, and now you've moved through to the 76 kilos for the Olympic Games. I don't think I've seen you struggle with a standing up with a clean in a long time. So that excess body weight just has gone leg strength galore, yeah?
It's definitely proven to help heaps in the energy. I remember I didn't realize how much it was going to help, but I didn't quite realize it feels quite normal to cramp, to struggle at a cleans in competition. And so being able to move up weight classes and not actually experience that has been super refreshing. It just gives you a lot more confidence. So it has a huge, without realizing at the time, I think it had a huge mental effect as well.
Yeah, I've been lucky that I've always been in my weight category, so I've never had to really lose body weight. And when it got too hard, I just moved up a weight category. So my athletic career followed my body weight, so it was quite good.
That is good.
Here we have Justin. He's ready for his second attempt, 106 kilograms.
Nice strong clean from Justin.
That's a good jerk too. He's having a good day.
He is. Yeah, referees are definitely happy with that.
He's pretty calm. Not a lot of emotion being shown on the platform. Maybe internally.
Maybe what he's experiencing is relief.
Yes.
Yeah, Richie.
Like it's all happening. I'm doing okay. I'm standing these up. We're okay to carry on. So we're getting down. Justin has one final lift. The clock should be beginning shortly. It is. And then we will see Ian Harris come out for his final 3 lifts for the end of the first session. Now we are running a little behind on schedule on our live streaming because of some difficulties this morning. So this next session will come to you as soon as the athletes are lined up. We will start the new stream for the next session. In the meantime, we're just waiting on Justin for his 3rd attempt. Get a new stream today?
No, I'm just using my watch.
Okay, so
That's mine, and then yours is yours. I'm just going to message on the thing, so we're running a bit on schedule.
So we are just waiting. We have 1 minute, just over 1 minute for Justin's final attempt. And then we have Ian Harris with 3. For those that have joined us, welcome to the North Island Weightlifting Championships. Down here in Fielding today, we are running dual platforms, so there is an exceptionally busy facility happening over the next 2 days. A lot of supporters, a lot of sponsors to help support this event.
Justin looks like he is ready to come out for his third and final clean and jerk, and also his last lift of the competition. So far he's put away 2 very technically sound, very strong clean and jerks, finishing on 109. Getting that clean up. It's not quite getting the height on that bar, but potentially the clean is just a little bit too hard for him to be able to gather all his strength into that jerk, but a good competition nonetheless from Justin, putting away 4 from 6. So we're moving into the final lifter for the session in the males masters session.
And that is Ian Harris, North Sport Weightlifting. He did well, 104 in the snatch. So he's certainly
numbers.
well clear in these numbers, yeah. He's ready to go. So let's go back to the platform. Ian Harris, first attempt, 115 kilograms. And
Very
success.
comfortable. Very confident.
So he'll have 3 lifts following himself. So every time they reset this, you'll see the top right, 2 minutes gets clicked onto the board. Gives us time to thank our session sponsors for the day. There we go, there's our session sponsors. So session 1 has been sponsored by Extend Pilates. We have session 2 lift leader, which was just completed. John Shahi lift leader. They developed the entry protocols for entering events. Also helping out with the live streaming. Photography, man of many jobs this weekend. Session 3, we have McDonald's Fielding. Just a 1 minute walk down the road. So we'll be spending a lot of time down there getting coffee over the weekend, no doubt. Image Group, we've got some fantastic sponsors all through this weekend. Thank you so much for getting involved and allowing us to transport to the communities. Our goal this weekend was to take a main event, a championship event, out of the main centres and show that we can grow the sport around the country. And this is our first visit to Fielding, the Rec Room. Thank you to the Rec Room for hosting us. What a fantastic facility. Massive facility to be able to run 2 championship events at the same time. So we have made use of the Olympic Weightlifting New Zealand trailer for the first time to bring down platforms and equipment from Auckland to assist with the running of this event, which has been fantastic. And that trailer will slowly be built up with sound systems and televisions and competition equipment that we can take a championship event anywhere around the country. So that is the aspirations, to take the sport to the people.
Making history with this event today, I would say.
Yeah, this is the first, I believe, the first dual platform comp we've held. And you know, I'm going to correct myself, we did have a secondary school event a long time ago. That was run very quickly, but certainly not to a championship level standard. Oh, Ian's ready. Second attempt, 121, lifting good weights.
Another solid clean, putting away from Ian. And a solid jerk. Referees are happy. 3 white lights.
So we have 1 lift remaining in the competition.
Ian's looking very confident, very calm, very collected. Looking forward to seeing what he's going to put on this bar for his final attempt of the day.
So we'll just have a look back at that scoreboard. When you look at it, it's pretty easy to tell a competition by looking at the scoreboard, by not even reading the numbers, but just going, is there more green than red?
It's always a good start.
And if you look through it, there's a few lifters that got all 6 out of 6. So that's a really good day for them. As I mentioned, this is a championship event, so these Masters athletes will have their totals included into the weight categories across the weekend, and they will know their final placing as the weekend plays out. So we thank the Masters for coming together this morning in session 1 and having a collective session. They are massive contributors to the weightlifting community in New Zealand, and that's including being technical controllers and referees, loaders, coaches throughout the weekend as well. A number of these athletes will continue to stick around this weekend and coach. Weightlifting is an all hands on deck type of sport. You don't sign up to weightlifting just to lift weights.
You don't.
Which is, it's quite unique, and in that it's kind of like you'd have an All Black team playing and then one of them runs off to be the ref at the next game. It's
Definitely is when you put it that way.
Yeah.
It's all part of the enjoyment of the sport, I feel, as well as being able to be a part of something bigger.
Well, that's something that, well, I guess I sitting here, I was actually reflecting on this yesterday. Someone asked me, why do I continue to do so much? And I said, I feel like I owe the sport a lot. So this is the way to give back, is to well, I guess, help the facilitation of the sport. Hopefully today I might be watching some young athlete that's doing his or her first lift on the championship event platform that I might in 10 years go, I saw them lift in their first comp, and they're all of a sudden at the Los Angeles Olympics, or you don't know where people end up, but it's always special to witness.
Absolutely. Ian is coming out for his final clean and jerk attempt. This will be the final lift for this session at 126 kilos. Huge amounts of weight being put overhead here today. Strong clean.
I think he's going to be okay. Whoa, that was some indiscretion there. Referees gave the lift, and that is the completion of session 1 at the North Island Weightlifting Championships. Thank you for joining us this morning. We will be live again shortly in the next session, so come and join us. Go have a coffee, have some lunch. It is lunchtime, and we will be back with you shortly.